Bali FM, the best radio.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Valley FM. I'm your host, Daniel Coombs, and I'm joined by
Irene.
As always, talking about the IB, the best IB radio show on the planet. Today we're going to be starting off with Danny and Joaquin, who are going to be talking about the crowning of Charles III.
Hello everybody.
Hello.
So, last Saturday in London we lived the crowning of Charles III. Many people were arrested close to Buckingham Palace, and up to 52 people were arrested for protesting peacefully against the monarchy. Between these people, the leader of the Republican movement, Graham Smith, was also arrested and had to sleep in prison cell that night. After reading the news, two concerns came to my mind, and I would like the host give me their opinion. First, should monarchies still exist in the 21st century? And second, do you think if the police did correct, or this is a violation of persons' freedom of rights?
Well, do you want to start or?
Yeah, in my opinion, it's like a violation of people's rights, but yeah, Daniel, what do you think?
I think as well, I mean, if it is a peaceful protest, there's just no necessary, what's the point in the police intervening if it's a peaceful protest, I think
it just doesn't make any sense.
I think it just, you're risking for the protest to sort of escalate in violence, I think.
Yeah, I think the same. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I personally agree with you. And I would like to ask my partner Danny, how was the consecration?
Well, the consecration was the new kings of England began the procession from Buckingham Palace. Mounted on the Diamond Jubilee carriage, which had previously been used for the celebration of the 18th birthday of Elizabeth II. Under the typical reign of the London Exchange, they walked through the heart of the city until they reached Westminster Abbey, where they began the consecration.
But before we finish this section, we have a guest here called Toyin. He's British, and
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, first, just with the name, you have to say Graham, because I've got a friend here and he hates being called Graham. So I just had to point that out. I didn't really when you said the name. But what did I think about the coronation?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought it was good. So I watched some of it. I know there that a lot of people don't necessarily like it because they love Diana. If you know who Diana is.
Yeah.
So that's Princess Diana. She was married to Charles and she died. So there's a lot of people that don't like Charles because of that, especially not Camilla, who's the wife of Charles.
And do you agree with the monarchies, and do you think if the police did correct on Saturday?
Yeah, I think if it's a peaceful protest, no, I think they should, if they're not doing anything bad, then no, I think they should leave them to do it.
Okay, before ending, I have a question. Do you guys think that Diana's accident was actually an accident, or they made it on purpose?
I think it was premeditated, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the same. What do you guys think?
Well, personally, I actually don't know, because there are many conspirations about everything in every topic. So I don't have enough information about it, so I would say just, I don't know.
Okay. Right, well, finishing off that section, we're just going to enter into a quick ad break. So...
Good afternoon, my name is Michael Owens Kennedy, and today I'm going to present to you a video which shows you the solution to all of your problems in life. Hey you, are you in need of a refreshing drink to refuel yourself? Well then look no further and get My Cocaine energy drink to refuel yourself. Frequently I was tired during training week, thankfully and luckily My Cocaine energy drink saved me, giving me all the energy I needed for longer training sessions. My Cocaine energy drink has been elaborated with the most premium of ingredients, such as coconut water and caffeine. And thanks to its mixture, we achieve an explosiveness to get you through the day. But don't just take my word for it. I have brought here with me world-class footballer DP7, who has been given a taste of our amazing drink, who is going to give a review on it right now.
and I'm a professional footballer. Honestly, if I don't have my cocaine energy drink, I think I wouldn't be a professional footballer. Frankly, I'm addicted to my cocaine energy drink. I use it for all: training, running, sleeping. It's the best drink ever. Now you may be asking yourself, I want my cocaine energy drink, but where can I buy it? Well, I have you covered. My cocaine energy drink has been made available in all Mercadona stores in Spain. So what are you waiting for? Get it, man!
And we're back talking about human ingenuity and weekend parties with Raquel, Catalina, and Sara.
Hello everyone. So if you don't know what to do this long weekend, today we are going to give you some recommendations. So, well, in case someone doesn't know, this weekend in many areas of Madrid, different festivities will be celebrated because we are in San Isidro time. So, well, first, if you feel like you prefer staying in the center of Madrid, you can stop by the Plaza Mayor and enjoy different pop concerts. Or if you prefer something chill, you can go to the Retiro and enjoy a concert given by the orchestra of the community of Madrid. If the option of staying in the center doesn't convince you, you can move to different neighborhoods such as Alcobendas or Rivas and enjoy their festivities.
If you want, you also have the option to go to Rivas García Madrid on Friday, that you have the Small Green Festival from Palestine, which will be attended by 3 Cis Mafia, so Sofia Gavana, Israel B, Hope, Chris Kemmer, Costa Pequeño, and Ego Pro. On Saturday, they will attend Alice Wonder, Amy B, Sweet, Joel Lopez, and El Canca. And finally, on Sunday, you have Travis Pierce, Natalia Lacunza, and Leila. For these 3 events, you need a ticket that costs 22 euros, but there are also free shows. There will be also a fair with stars for all the ages and some orchestras, and will start around 9 p.m. and there will be a DJ that will end around 4 a.m. And this is all that for Rivas García Madrid to spend this long weekend.
The celebration in Alcobendas started last week and they are ending next week on Sunday. In Alcobendas there are activities all day, but I'm going to talk about the ones at night. Friday from 10 to 12 p.m. there's gonna be live music. This Saturday, different artists are coming to different states. In the main stage, Funambulista is coming at 10 p.m. and at 12 p.m. Algonay will play. And in the second stage, there's going to go Alejandro Galan at 10:30. Sunday is the best day if you're a fan of Abraham Mateo, because at 12 p.m. he will be playing on the main stage. And if you don't like his music, don't worry, because there's gonna be other artists on the other stage. A good thing that Alcobendas has is a free bus all day.
Well, and obviously these are not the only options that Madrid offers. You have a lot of them. This can be a very fun weekend. Are you guys going to any of these places?
No.
Yeah, I think I might go to the Pradera of San Isidro on Monday, and I also will go to Alcobendas. I might go. What about you guys?
Yeah, I'm going to Alcobendas too, and I'm gonna support my friend who dance in Alcobendas, so I will go.
That's pretty cool.
Right, moving on from that, we're going to go with Daniel Villa, Maria, Elena, and Leticia, who are going to be talking about San Isidro.
Hello. Hello, so we are Identities group, and today we are getting into the culture of Madrid with the celebration of San Isidro. What is San Isidro? Is the patron saint of Madrid, of towns with an agricultural tradition, of other towns and cities in America. Of course, all farmers and agricultural engineers.
So why is important? San Isidro is important since when he worked as a day laborer, he divides his salary in three parts, one for the poor, another for the church, and another for him and his family. And he became famous for having the gift of finding water easily, and also in turn he became famous thanks to the large number of miracles he performs.
Another thing is why do we call like that, like San Isidro? Tulapa and Tulapo at the end of the 19th century and at the beginning of the 20th century were due to the way the neighbors were dressed and spoke. The Tulapos dressed very elegantly and had an impeccable vocabulary, while the Tulapas were the fruit sellers or the dressmakers. In this way, they can show the variation of Madrid's traditions. How do the people dress? The men wear a cap, trousers, a shirt jacket, a waistcoat, and a neckerchief. The women wear a white skirt tied up her hair, and a neckerchief also, and a scarf. They wear a carnation in their hair. Depending on the carnation that they wear, it means one thing or another one. Widows wear two red carnations and one white one. Then the married women wear two red, and the silver ones wear two white.
Well, as you were saying, it's a very simple dresses, but finding a traditional costume is very complicated. Most of these dresses can only be found on a costume shop. This problem was presented by M. de Amores, a content creator from Andalusia that now is living in Madrid, and wanted to dress with the Tulapa dress. This is a vindicator of Spanish folklore, and mainly her content is based on that. So she wanted to emphasize the culture of Madrid, but she had that problem that she wasn't able to find that dress, and finally she found that on a normal shop where they do suits for women and men of Tulapa. But if you want to find the boina typical of Spain, you wouldn't have problem because Muna, his boyfriend, has a shop that sells these boinas in La Tienda de las Botas.
Also, there are going to be some celebrations these days. On May 15, the feast of San Isidro, the traditional pilgrimage of the saint, is celebrated. As tradition dictates, the people of Madrid go to Saint's Hermitage to drink the miraculous water, attend to a popular mass, and enjoy a pleasant day of celebration with family or friends in the nearby meadow. But not only that, throughout the weekend there will be several festivals which begin on Friday afternoon, and even in our school, the School El Valle, there will also be like a small party on Friday afternoon with a small snack for students, teachers, and parents.
Well, as we have said, this is a very traditional thing of Madrid. And what do you think? Are you going to dress?
Yeah, I'm personally gonna dress up. What about you, Daniel?
Yeah, I might think of dressing up, but nothing concrete yet.
Oh yeah, are you guys gonna dress up?
No. You had a problem finding the Tulapa dress. Did
Not
you buy
really.
it?
I went to a normal store, like a regular store, and I just bought it, and it was actually pretty cheap.
But like a costume shop or?
No, it was like a normal shop, like a Chinese shop.
Oh. It was like a costume dress, no?
Yeah, basically.
So yeah, that is very related with
Yeah.
what we have said, that it's difficult to find it. So yeah.
Really. Well, thank you so much. Now we're gonna go to a quick ad break.
Did you know that there are only two countries where Coca-Cola does not exist? These are North Korea and Cuba. You want to learn more facts like this? Listen to our section on Bali Podcast.
Are you struggling to pass that stupid subject? Do you need some help with the next exam?
We have the best cheat notes of Fantinaro. We cover everything from S exams to bachelor exams.
Buy two and receive a free German cheat note. Brutal cheat notes. Simply brutal.
Es la leche.
Hey, did you hear Valley FM's back?
That's groovy.
you ever dream of being able to know what someone is thinking? Imagine knowing everything that people think of you without them really knowing that you read their thoughts. Here at Valley FM, we bring you an app called Did You Know That? Download it now.
Do you want to enjoy delicious fresh juice anywhere and anytime? With the Fresh Juice Blender, you can now prepare your favorite fresh juices in a matter of seconds, anywhere, anytime. Thanks to its portable and compact design, you can take it with you wherever you go, whether it's to work, the gym, or traveling. In addition, its powerful and modern and stainless steel blades guarantee that you will obtain a smooth and creamy juice in a matter of seconds. With the Fresh Juice Blender, enjoy freshness anywhere. Get yours today.
So, hey, we're back. And now we have the topic of experiences. We're going to be talking about Real Madrid versus Manchester City. And these people is going to be Pablo M., Alberto G., Maria F., and George Sales.
Well, so yesterday the Champions League semi-final... semi-final match between Real Madrid and Manchester City took place. The match was played at the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium in Madrid. And the final result was 1-1. I think to note was the MVP of the match, Kevin De Bruyne, but also players like Vinicius or Modric. They did a great performance in the match.
Hello. So, well, yes, as Maria has already commented, yesterday an amazing match was played that I was able to enjoy from the north end of the stadium. Also attending the previous meeting for Real Madrid fans on Calle Marceliano, where you can find fans of all ages. I think it would be interesting to talk about the fan meeting before the game, since it gives an impression that it is not. In league matches, the people at the Santiago Bernabéu don't usually cheer as much as other smaller teams, although it should be noted that yesterday the fans were very good, with a lot of energy and convinced that we were going to win, even though the result wasn't what was expected. So in the Champions League, people at the Bernabeu changed completely on many occasions. This can help our team win, like in comebacks like last year against PSG. So Alberto, why do you think this could be, and how would you relate fans of teams like Real Madrid with fans of other teams?
Okay, well, the difference between the chance of the fans of a small team and a big team soccer can be notable. Some of the main differences are creativity and complexity. The chants of the big fans of the big soccer teams tend to be more elaborated and complex than those of the small teams. This is partly due to the fact that big teams have a larger and more diverse fan base, which allows them to come up with more creative and sophisticated chants. Small team chants, on the other hand, tend to be simpler and more direct. Another difference is song repertory. Larger soccer teams tend to have more extensive and varied repertory of songs than the small teams. This is partly due to the history and tradition of these big teams, which have generated many chants over the years. In addition, large teams often have organized fan groups that are dedicated solely to creating and promoting new chants. Another one is loudness and energy. This is because the stadiums of the big teams are usually bigger. The chants of their fans can be louder and more exciting than those of the smaller teams. Big teams also have a bigger fan base, which means there are more people singing in the stadium, adding to the energy and excitement in the air. In summary, although the chants of the fans of the small and big soccer teams can be similar in some aspects, the differences in creativity, repertory and energy can be remarkable between them.
I just want to sort of cut in here. I personally disagree. I mean, I don't have much experience, with other fans, but from what I've heard, from what I've personally seen and heard, I don't think that chants from smaller teams are worse or better than, I think they're quite equal. And I've seen, bigger teams with sort of very quiet stadium experiences, and smaller teams actually with even more louder and very energetic chants. Or at least in Britain I've seen,
Yeah, well,
maybe in Spain it's different.
Team, I think depends on the team. But in most cases, it happened is that bigger teams, like the afición is.
Also, because I think as well, bigger teams normally have much more minimal tourists. So, for example, Arsenal, you know, they have a lot of tourists, so it's quite a quiet stadium sometimes. Compared to, for example, smaller teams that don't have so many tourists, you know, they're going to have much more proper, you know, fans. So it's going to be much louder. So I think, you know, personally,
the fans are more passionate.
Yeah.
For example, I've been to the stadiums in Madrid, and Bernabeu has the least atmosphere I've been to. And I've been to Bernabeu a lot of times. I've been to a lot of stadiums, and the atmosphere is not that good. And when I've met other supporters that come from other countries as well, they say the same. They say that the atmosphere in Bernabeu is not good at all. For example, Rayon has a better atmosphere.
Well, I think that's obviously because there's a big volume of tourists and a big movement of tourists that are like people that haven't gone there to the Bernabeu. So I think in Rayo there are people that more come and go there to see the match. And as Daniel was saying, if there are songs that are better than others, I think that also in teams, smaller teams like Rayo, the people that goes there like things better and can be changing the songs. But here in Bernabeu, we want just to, for example, 10 songs. So we want everyone to know those songs, and we can be changing these songs and we can be comparing these songs with others. So I think that what we try to find is just like the tourists that come from other parts of the world, just to know some songs about team.
No, it's similar to what Daniel says, because normally in the small teams the fans are more passionate. For example, in England, the stadium that's the loudest is Stoke, but most people probably don't even know Stoke City are. That's because one, they're very close to the pitch. It's a poorer neighbourhood as well. Sometimes you get it because it's in poorer neighbourhoods, the fans are more passionate. For example, Liverpool, where Liverpool was at as an Anfield. Liverpool, there where Anfield is one of the poorest places in Liverpool. So that, for them, that's their life. For example, around Madrid, it's a bit different. And in Spain, the teams are different. To, for example, in England, the fans could be more considered. For example, around Madrid, maybe more middle class, upper class. If you go to the teams in England, it's not like that. That's more working class. So the fans are slightly different. And that, for them, that's their life. So for the whole week, they're preparing for that. So that's why sometimes you have different chants, because they're preparing. If you go to teams like, for example, Sunderland, which is in the north of England, that's their life. Like in there, like the whole city goes crazy, because that's the only team in Sunderland. So that's why sometimes you have the fans and a lot more passionate. That's why I said, for example, maybe Rayo, because Rayo's a smaller team than Real Madrid. And they know they're coming against a big team that has a lot of history. So for them, that's shouted louder because they know they're underdogs. You know what underdogs are. No one expects them to win. But Real Madrid, people expect Real Madrid to win. So you have that atmosphere is a little bit different to if you're an underdog where people don't expect you to win. You're shouted louder because you've got more of a point to prove.
I would also think about the attitude that people show in Bernabeu and compare with Rayo. I think it's like a more calm attitude, and I think also that many people go to the roads for business reasons. So there are all people in comparison with Rayo that there are probably like people for a young age, and with a young age. I think in Bernabeu, like there are parts of the Bernabeu, like literally the future of Spain is decided there. So I think it's like more like a calm attitude that you see the match, but not like shouting and knowing every song. I don't know. I think it's different. And there are many reasons.
I think I agree with what you guys are saying, and I think also the atmosphere can be contagious to the fan when you're there. Because I've being from Vallecas, I've been to Rayo many times, and it's like when I'm there, you transform yourself, and for some reason, well, if you guys have been to Rayo, there is a tendency to blame everything on bad refereeing, for example, and even if it's out of bounds. We complain, like you have to complain and say that the referee has no idea and that it's so unfair, and then you watch it on TV and you think differently. You see something else other than what you saw there. So I think it's also the atmosphere convinces you that what's happening in the game is biased to one side. And the same in Bernabeu, I think maybe perhaps you go there with a lot of energy, but because it's not in the normal atmosphere of the stadium to be energetic, in the end you end up being calm yourself. Maybe it's not. Do you think it has anything to do with the structure itself? Maybe there is something to do with the building itself. Because in Rayo you're very close to where the game is happening, whereas in Bernabeu, if you want team tickets, the chances are you're gonna be very, very far away from where the game is actually happening. So it's like you're watching it on a cinema screen or something, like far removed from you.
Yeah, and I think like Real Madrid, for example, with talking about ultras, for example, in Rayo, probably they want them to enter in the stadium. Here, not here. They want fans that shows like an attitude also for people to see the stadium from other parts of the world, to come here to see Bernabeu the match. So
Yeah.
I think it's different. Yeah, the structure of how they plan. Yeah.
And like you said, it's bigger stadiums. For
Yeah.
example, if you go to Rayo, there's a smaller stadium.
Mm.
So then you hear the fans be louder. If you're at Bernabeu, you're at Old Trafford, Anfield, it's a bigger stadium.
Yeah.
Also, I'd just like to ask one more question. So, football is always, since it was created back in, the 18, long time ago, it was really a working class game. Do you think with football becoming much more commercial, for example, ticket prices for stadiums have skyrocketed since, the 1970s, 80s. Do you think that the football fan, the working class football fan that's more passionate is getting priced out of the stadium experience?
Absolutely. I think so. And again, bringing back the Rayo example, I went to Rayo recently, and I need to get the tickets because they're the only team in first division in Spain who still doesn't have an online shop to buy tickets. I don't know if you guys knew this, but it's outrageous, by the way. You have to queue that for hours. So it's really, really incompatible with having a normal job. So it's even in a supposedly working class team, it is difficult for the working class to attend.
But then that's something to do with the owner as well. I know they said that they don't really like the owner of the team.
Because he's trying to also direct the marketing strategy of the club as a company to other types of fans. So yeah, I agree with. Well, my answer to your question is absolutely yes. I think so.
No, I agree. I think it's pricing out the real fan, and then you get a lot of people that are not really interested in the game that will just go. For example, people don't really like football, but they say, "Oh, Real Madrid playing Barcelona, I might as well go because that's a big team because they have the money." But then someone who's maybe really, really passionate about it, they won't have the money to go. So sometimes it can price maybe that the real fan out of it, and then also they might go to a smaller team as well. So for example, maybe someone lives in Getafe and they're like Real Madrid, they can't afford the ticket to Real Madrid. So, okay, well, I'm just going to go to my local team. So then that's where they might be Getafe, Leganés, like teams like that, because they can't afford the prices.
Right. Well, I mean that's
That was
my
it.
question.
Yeah. So I have one last question to ask. Are you guys fans from any soccer team?
Yeah, Real Madrid.
Really? What about the rest of you?
Well, I personally support Arsenal for the most part.
Me or Manchester United.
Oh, makes sense. Anyways, thank you for that. Now we're gonna go to another quick ad break.
Bali FM, the best radio.
Of not getting gains at the gym? Are you tired of not getting any chicks? Are you tired of being fat and ugly? Become only ugly. With our new Matcha Whey Protein, you will become the Arnold Schwarzenegger of your neighborhood's gym. Matcha Whey Protein is not only really healthy and helps you to supplement your diet, but it also has the magic that you need to get big. Matcha Whey Protein, available at your local store. Eat big and get big. Matcha Whey Protein.
Hey you! Yes, you! The one who's hearing this! Is your backpack Too heavy? Your back hurts, you have bad posture, and you also feel like you get smaller every time you carry it? Say goodbye to all these problems with our new robot, the Multifunctional Charger. It has a platform that will carry your backpack without you noticing. It also comes with a built-in system that will straighten your back in 3 weeks of continuous use. Request it right now for only 120 euros. And if you are one of the first 5 to call, we will send you the 300-page manual with all its functions at half of price. Do not miss out on this unique offer.
Are you tired of trance music? Do you want to escape of reality for a few minutes? Just listen to Nothing Good's band new single, Nerd, which will be released the next month in Spotify and YouTube. Its components are former students of this school who created the group in 2018. The last year they released 2 singles, Wilco and Late Night Club, and also gave several concerts. Don't forget to listen to this single when it's released, because Nothing Good is the band of the moment.
So yay, we're back. Now we have Claudia T, Elsa M, and Candela S talking about sharing the planet, and they brought us some news about polluted rivers. What do you guys have you brought?
Hello. Polluted rivers are a significant issue because they can cause health risks, harm wildlife and ecosystems, negatively impact industries and economies, and reduce the quality of life for people living near them. It is important to make measures to prevent pollution and protect our rivers to ensure a healthy environment for both humans and wildlife. There are several rivers around the world that face high levels of chemical pollution, and some of the most affected are the following ones. So the first one would be the Ganges River in India, that despite being considered a sacred place by many Hindus, the Ganges faces serious pollution problems due to the discharge of sewage, toxic waste from factories, and burning of human bodies.
The second one is the Citarum River in Indonesia, considered one of the most polluted rivers in the world. This receives the discharge of toxic waste from textile industries and household waste from the city of Jakarta. Another one is the Yellow River in China, that is one of the most polluted rivers in China due to the discharge of toxic chemicals from the industries such as pesticides, heavy metals and mining waste. And the Pasig River in Philippines, that this river is the main drainage channel for the city of Manila and receives toxic waste from factories as well as household and construction waste.
The last one is the Mississippi rivers in United States. The Mississippi faces high levels of chemical pollution from the discharge of agricultural waste, industrial chemicals, and city waste. It's important to highlight that chemical pollution in rivers don't only affect the quality of water, but also the health of the living things that depend on it, including humans.
So, how can we avoid contaminating more the rivers? We could, instead of supporting businesses that operate in India, for example, or places with more poor conditions that have less regulations about the environment, we should buy things from more local local stores, for example, made in Spain, or that are sustainable.
Yeah, well, that was pretty interesting, but I have a question. Do you guys know which one is like the most polluted river in the whole world?
We think it's the one in India, and that it's pretty famous because it has like a red color in the river because of all the chemicals that from industries.
Oh damn, that sucks. And yeah, this was the end of today's radio show, and thank you Diaz, Manu and Dia, and bye bye, that was it.